Let's go. I have two pregnancy tests in the first aid kit, thanks to Greg and his idle gestures. Let me put us both out of this suspense. Ben lifted his head and eyed her as he sat on the bed, watching her every move. She, she left the bathroom door open as she peed on the sink. The sound of the ticking clock on the wall suddenly felt like waiting on a runaway bride. 5 minutes later, Esther looked at the stick, then handed it to Ben. He looked at it and his face dropped. You were running late for school, my love, she said, trying to break the silence. I know you're trying to avoid the elephant in the room, he responded. When did it become an elephant? I told you I wasn't pregnant. I just did the test, so your hope will not be built on something that wasn't real. Too late for that. I was really excited when you mentioned that you were late. Yes, my love. However, I think I am late due to the whole stress of getting everything ready for our wedding. Thanks be to God, all turned out well. However, my darling, you know how challenging it would have been provided that we were pregnant at this minute. For several seconds, Ben said nothing but looked at her. She moved closer to him, resting her hand on his chest. Also, I need you all to myself a bit longer. Besides, are you really ready to share these with a crying infant? Your two best friends? I know you're not. Tessa teased. In fact, I saw you staring at them earlier. She teased more in a seductive voice. Right there and then, he wanted to kiss her, but he knew it would never be just a kiss. Not with her. He really enjoyed this playful side of Tessa. He shook the feeling of wanting a child. She was his, he reminded himself. He took her face in his hands and kissed her. You should count your lucky stars. I have to leave now, or else I will take you in my arms and ravish you, Mrs. Allen. He leaned down and kissed her repeatedly on her lips, forehead, and cheeks. How are you feeling? It seems the nausea is under control. Okay then. Call me, provided you're not well. Love you, baby girl. But I gotta run. Love you the more, said Tessa. That's not possible, my lady. He reassured her and left. It was amazing. The thought, absolutely amazing beyond. It was amazing. She thought, absolutely amazing, beyond wonderful, having a husband that was so crazy about her. He had his studies, also she had hers as well. However, she's finding it difficult to go around the fact that Ben seems to want children so soon. She glanced out at her bedroom window, watching everyone going to and fro. Ring! The sudden ring of Tessa's phone broke her chain of thought. Hello, hey Greg. Just checking in to see how you're doing. You didn't show up to school today, and after you were buffing yesterday, I was wondering if you took a test, inquired Greg. Oh my God, Greg, you are so intrusive. Yes, I know. It's one of my worst quality, said Greg. Oh my God, I give up, said Tessa. Are you pregnant or not? Am I your uncle? Yes, I'm fine. No, I'm not pregnant. And stop calling pregnancy on me, she said in an annoyed tone. It seemed like it was just something I ate, like I told you before. Okay, okay, glad you're fine. I will send you the information from class today. I have the notes. Well, a matter of fact, I took extra notes for you. Thank you for the notes. However, how are things with Patricia? Thanks to you, I had the talk with her. So, we're both doing fine at this moment, he said. Okay, catch up with you later, said Tessa, and hurried off the phone. 30 minutes later, the pot on the stove began to whistle. The loud noise woke Tessa from her quick nap. She stopped at the bottom of the stairs, glad to see Mary. Good morning, Mrs. Allen, called Mary. Called me Tessa. Thank you, but no, ma'am. I do rather calling you Mrs. Allen. Okay, Mary, whatever makes you comfortable. Did Mr. Allen call you? Yes, he did. He told me you were not feeling well, so I should come in today. Okay, thank you for coming. Is that peppermint tea I smell? Asked Tessa. Yes, ma'am, straight from my garden, with ginger, of course. This will fix your stomach issues. At once, said Mary proudly. She mixed the tea with some honey and handed it to Tessa. Thank you, Mary. No problem. Mr. Allen told me you have been with the Joneses from he was 7 years old or something like that, expressed Tessa. The truth is, I have stayed around with the Joneses back then because of Mr. Allen. He has come a long way. Tessa took 2 big sips of her tea that led her to cough. Take it slow, Mrs. Allen, said Mary. Yes, Mr. Allen had been through an awful lot as a boy, but God bless the Joneses. I have grown to love him as a family member myself. The promise Mrs. Barber made to Mr. Allen's mom was a selfless one. They have come to love Mr. Allen as their own son, and he loved them just the same. It was not without its challenges, but praise be to God. Congratulations to you both, Mrs. Allen, and being wed. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. When the Lord bless us with our own children, I pray you will be around to help us also with them. Ben has nothing but praises when he speaks of you. Can I ask you a question, Mary? Of course, Mrs. Allen, anything. Well, I was wondering, having a child, how hot is the pain of childbirth? Well, Miss Tessa, it's different for everyone. However, for me, it felt like a toothache. And a lot of my friends, they attest to it being so, answered Mary, and handed Tessa freshly baked basil. Thank you. So how many children do you have, Mary? Well, I have 5 children. Well, I lost 2 to miscarriage. Thanks be to God, He blesses me with 3 lovely children that are still alive. My 2 first pregnancies were the miscarriages. That was a hard time for me and my husband, but the Joneses helped us a lot in my mourning process. Back then, it was young Mr. Byron, being a medical doctor, he helped us a lot. Oh, my condolences. No, 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 Miss Tessa, thank you. However, it has been a long time ago. I have come to terms with it. So, how soon after marriage did you get pregnant? I'm sorry if I'm being too intrusive. It's just that I have so many questions, said Tessa. No, no, it's fine. It's fine, Miss Tessa. No need to apologize. It was 2 years after we got married. We had our first miscarriage. We didn't plan it at all. We just knew back then we wanted children, so if it happened, it's fine. If it didn't happen, we would wait on the Lord. We just knew back then we wanted children. Are you concerned? It was expected of us, I think. Back then, once you were wed, everyone expected you to have your quiver full with children. Tessa looked away and sighed. Are you concerned you will get pregnant too early, Miss Tessa? Yes, I am. Truth be told, Mary, I am scared. I know Mr. Allen is ready. Well, there you go. Nevertheless, I know you both are career persons. However, family is everything. So Mr. Allen will not force you to get pregnant before you are ready. That I know for sure. But you need not be afraid. Just trust God. It is within His timing. Once He allows you to be pregnant, He will ensure you are equipped to deal with it all. You have got a very good husband. You will, He will help you, and both of you will grow to help each other. Family is everything to Him, said Mary, and Tessa responded with an amen. Thank you, Mary. I enjoy talking with you. You're welcome, Miss Tessa. Likewise. Excuse me, I am going upstairs to do some straightening up, said Mary, and left the room. I guess getting pregnant doesn't sound so bad after talking to Mary, whispered Tessa to herself. Soon after, she logged into her computer, trying to catch up on her work. Somehow, even thinking about being pregnant so soon do not make sense just because it's expected of me by others. There should be a plan. 2 years is not bad. After all, I would at least gotten some decent time with my husband, and of course, got me used to the idea of bringing a life into the world. How can it be so simple to just throw caution to the wind? Tessa thought. It's a whole person we're talking about, who need to be loved and taken care of, not because I have the money. Which should not mean I should just go and have children before I'm mentally and physically ready. I love my husband dearly and completely. However, the more I think about it, the only solution I see is for me to be under contraceptives. This is best suited for my body. I know Ben will not agree. Therefore, I am not saying a word to him. He really expressed how he feels about it, so I will not upset him any further. I think I've made my choice. Eventually, I will let him know. Right now, I can't afford any accidents. Therefore, I am taking precaution. 3 days later, both Ben and Tessa have been busy making plans for the Caribbean. Ben and Tessa caught up with his sister Tessin and family in the beautiful Bahamas, seeing as it was closer to Boston than Jamaica. On the other hand, Tesson had long time planned her family vacation for some time now. Therefore, Ben decided to join her with his wife just to get to know their family better for the weekend. Tesson have two children, Kimberly 17 and John 15. Her husband Joseph was a Caucasian. He was a man of few words. He was a lecturer at the UWI University in Jamaica. A really nice fellow, thought Ben. It was a beautiful Sunday at the Paradise Island. The stunning natural beauty was breathtaking. The clear turquoise water, very inviting to say the least, thought Tessa. And above all else, she wanted to clear her mind, keeping that secret from Ben that she had started family planning. Keeping it away from him had made her feel edgy and even annoyed with herself. Uncle Ben. Ben turned around surprisingly. Do you think I am unreasonable to ask my parents for a car for my 18th birthday that is just a week away? Mark you, I have been a straight A student. I have not been in any trouble at all my life. I have applied to 3 prestigious colleges overseas and got accepted by them all. By the way, I have gotten into Harvard University, and that's where I will be attending this coming September. I heard that's your place, said Kimberly, winking at her uncle. Wow, Kimberly, that's awesome. How come you didn't share that excellent news with me? Asked Ben. But Tesson. Kimberly beat us to it, brother, said Tesson, and looked at Kimberly annoyed. Thank you, Uncle. However, Mom, it's my news to tell, don't you think? Said Kimberly, smiling. Uncle, you have not answered my question. And by the way, call me Kim. Oh yes, Kim. To answer your question, I do not know all the details to decide something so important. However, what I will say is that I am proud of you, my lovely niece getting into Harvard, and of course, that's my place. Both Ben and Tessa chuckled, and Kimberly looked so excited. But what I'll say is, I am proud of you getting into Harvard. And what will you be studying? Asked Ben. I will be studying liberal arts and sciences, like my dad did. Wow. Kim, that's awesome. Okay, so that entails physics, chemistry? Asked Ben. Well, to be honest, I want to become a chemist, like my dad. So I will be studying fundamental areas like analytical organic, physical and inorganic chemistry, as well as biochemistry. So basically, it depends on the field I will be zeroing on, answered Kimberly. Honestly, after hearing all that, I am on your side with that car, said Ben, and everyone burst out laughing. You give in so quickly. You're becoming a weak uncle, said Tesson. I am truly amazed by you, Kimberly, said Tessa. Thank you, Auntie. Call me Kim. My friends do and family, said Kim and smiled at Tessa. John, Are you normally so quiet? Asked Ben. No, uncle. However, you seem to be gravitating to Kim a whole lot, so I'm just accepting it and letting you guys get acquainted, said John. Oh my goodness, exclaimed Kimberly at her brother's statement. Ben looked at Tesson and Joseph that signaled him not to pay John any attention. I promise you, nephew, that it's not the case at all. How about you and I go down to the hotel arcade after this in the late afternoon and have some bonding time, playing your favorite games, of course. Really, uncle? Please don't promise if you're not going to keep it, exclaimed John. Ask Auntie Tessa if I don't always keep my promises, said Ben with excitement. Yes, John, your uncle is saying the truth. He always keeps his promises, said Tessa. Okay, Auntie Tessa, I believe you. You are way too beautiful to be a liar. And everybody burst out laughing. John, exclaimed Tesson, where's your manners? Guys, so we're going to be stopping here for today. And yeah, we're getting ahead in the story. But however, you over there, you have been supporting, yes, you have been coming, but you have not yet subscribed. See the bell there? Click it. Come on, man, click the bell and be a full supporter and become a integral part of the Simply Michelle family. And to all my loving subscribers and supporters, welcome all the time. Happy to have you. And for our new subscribers, welcome to Simply Michelle family. Happy to have you on board. Continue to stick and stay. And in the comment section, we need some more comments, you know. I'm about to chat it up some more, man. I have a faithful few still, you know, we're talking about Ben and Tessa and the Ever on Time for premieres and so. So bless you guys. You guys that are in the bush, still appreciate you. I'm praying to the Lord that you will come to a decision to interact some more. And you're always here, so show yourself, man. Show yourself. Yes, so like I always say, Philippians 4, verse 13. I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me. So whatsoever you find to do today, do it to the best of your ability. And I guarantee you, you will see good results. Bye-bye. Welcome back to my channel, Simply Michelle. And if you're here for the first time, happy to have you. I have been reading the book called The Promise and written by moi, of course. And I see that you guys are enjoying it thus far. Reading the comment section. So thank you. Thank you for the support to all our new subscribers. Welcome. And without itching, let's get right into it. Everyone burst out in laughter, even Kimberly, that had never find their brother funny. So Ben, where in Boston do you live? Asked Joseph. My wife and I lived in Cambridge. Have you ever been? Asked Ben. Yes, several times. I was born and raised in Somerville. My parents are actually still living there, said Joseph. Awesome. Really small world, expressed Ben. So, sis, are you in communication with your mom's side of the family? Inquired Ben. I am. I visit once a year. They are living in England. Back then, in an attempt to keep our dad and my mom apart, they migrated there. However, my mom lived in Canada. She refused to have anything to do with her parents due to the whole ordeal. My mom had unresolved issues with them, especially with her dad. He was the one that had kept my mom and I hidden for years and made it impossible for mom to locate her dad. As a result, she resented them. I have beseeched her repeatedly to let it go, but she can't seem to. So now I just pray that the Lord will help her to heal, so she can truly move on. On one hand, I understand her where she's coming from. She believed our dad was her true person, her one true love. And they were not given a fair chance because of classism. My grandparents are super prejudiced. As a result, I can't bring myself to be around them longer than 3 days tops. And at times I visited them once a year. I mean, out of formality. I even invited them several times to family gatherings, but never showed. So I just live my life while shield my children from their prejudices. I think we have come a far way. It's madness. It really is madness. I totally get you, sis. So you are the only one for your mom? Asked Ben. Yes. Well, you see, Tessa, that is why I need to hurry up and fix that generational curse by having out my lot, responded Ben. Tessa exclaimed, What? Help me, Lord Jesus. And everyone burst out laughing. What they did not realize, she was being serious. Later that evening, Ben kept his promise to John. It was 7 p.m. when John walked in the arcade. Hey, Uncle. Sorry to keep you waiting, apologized John. He saw his uncle and his eyes lit up like a light bulb. That made Ben feel good. He was equally delighted to spend the time with his nephew, and being 10 minutes late wasn't so bad after all. One and two familiar faces from earlier who Ben had met came over to greet them. So this is the famous John? One of the men asked, and John said, Hey, nice to meet you. So, do you want to start by playing a game of racers? Asked Ben. John laughed. Racers? They are for babies, Uncle, said John. Okay. Choose your game and let us see what you're made of, said Ben, laughing. Yeah, how about a game of Iraki? After which we can, step it up with some basketball, expressed John. Oh my goodness. Goal! Yelled John. Don't get too excited as yet. That was beginner's luck, said Ben, laughing. Okay, let me see if you still feel this way after I score at you again for the second time. Uncle, said John. He tried to position his handheld disc and the low friction table, trying to score against his uncle, while Ben tried doing the same. Maybe the best man. You know what? Let the best man win, expressed Ben, as he pushed and pulled the disc. Goal! He yelled as he won against John. John could not stop laughing. Oh, yeah, shouted Ben as he danced in victory. The third win went to John. How are you feeling now, Uncle? I can't hear you. Yes, yelled John in victory. Ben looked at his nephew and high-fived him, feeling very proud, of course. After they have exhausted themselves at the arcade, both Ben and Jan grabbed refreshment, then began talking. So, how does it feel to be beaten by your 15-year-old nephew, Uncle? Asked John, teasing Ben. To be honest, great. That was a lot of fun, expressed Ben with excitement. Agreed. Thank you, Uncle. It was the most fun I had in a very long time. I made, a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun being with you. I don't know if you notice, but my dad and my sister have a lot in common. They are the Brainiac duo. I am more athletic and love to do things with my hands. Needless to tell you, my dad is the opposite. Don't get me wrong, my dad is a loving guy. I know he loves me, but it gets lonely sometimes. So welcome to the family, Uncle. And I'm glad you're here. Just don't be a stranger when you get back to Boston. Come here, said Ben, and pulled his nephew in a bear hug. Thank you, John, said Ben. After a minute, okay, Uncle, let me go. People are beginning to look. Ben gave him a gentle headlock and ruffled his curly hair. Meanwhile, the rest of the family kicked back on the patio where they were staying at Paradise Island. Kimberly stretched out with her iPhone listening to music. Tessa and Tesson talking away as usual, while Joseph was on his phone helping a colleague with an emergency back home in Jamaica. Yes, that is the way it's done. I will file the paperwork when I get back. You're welcome. Okay then. Alright, bye, said Joseph and ended the call. So, Tessa, do you have any siblings? Asked Joseph out of the blue. No, Joseph. Not one, or none that I know of, said Tessa, and that made Tesson burst out with laughter. Agreed, said Kimberly, looking up from her phone. For instance, take Mom and Uncle. Look how that turns out. 3 months ago, had someone told me, Mom has a long-lost brother out there somewhere. I would have loved them to scorn, expressed Kimberly. Point taken, said Tessa. You have a point there, said Joseph. Lord, for you to scorn? Asked Ben, entering the room. Sorry, the moment has passed, Uncle, yelled Kimberly. Did you guys have fun? Asked Tesson. Oh boy, ma'am, we had so much fun at the arcade. I have no idea Uncle Ben was so cool, explained John. He beat my butt, but nonetheless, we had an awful lot of fun. Before we leave, maybe you can come along next time, Joseph, so we can see how best to teach this generation Z a lesson as his own game, said Ben. Yes, Generation Z. Uh, I think I will take you up on that offer, Ben. I am definitely down. After all, us Generation X still got it, said Joseph. Oh my God, laughed John. Yes, right, Dad. When I see it, I will believe it, said John, being sarcastic. I understand, son. You are not used to seeing me in action, outdoors, of course. However, I will have you know, back then in college, I was a superstar, well known on campus for table tennis, hockey, and so on, expressed Joseph with pride. And that got John's attention. Ben looked at him and winked an eye. John smiled back at his uncle and nodded. I saw what you have just did, said Tesson. I saw what you have just did, you know. Ben quickly went to the kitchen to have a glass of water, and his sister hurried behind him. I know you heard me, she said. I don't know what you're talking about, woman, responded Ben with a smile. Yes, you do, brother, she said, and poked him in the side. Ben could not stop laughing. Okay, all right. You got me, you're right. I was just trying to help. One of the things I realized being here while bonding with John is that he loved his dad dearly and he misses him terribly, expressed Ben. I know. I had tried several times trying to get Joseph, to spend some time with his son. But he was always so busy. So thank you for what you have just done. Joseph is an excellent dad. Maybe I'm going overboard with that. Well, he's an excellent provider. However, I sometimes think he forgets how to let down his hair and just have fun and relax, especially with John. He's friend with Kimberly because they have so much in common, said Tesson. Well, sis, as long as I'm here, we are going to fix that, said Ben and hugged his sister. The following morning, everyone was up bright and early, finishing up their breakfast at the buffet. So, I understand that you boys are going to the beach to play beach soccer. What in heaven's name is that? Asked Kim. Tesson replied, it is barefoot football. You get, two random goalposts and play a friendly game of football, explained Tesson to her daughter. Okay, thank you, Mom. Nevertheless, Dad, you are going to play outside barefooted? Asked Kimberly. Yes, of course. Why not? Asked Joseph. And everyone looked at each other with a knowing look and smiled. So what will you be doing today, my beautiful wife? Asked Ben. Us ladies will be going to the spa, of course, said Tessa, beaming with joy. Yes, we are. Don't worry about us. We will be just fine. You guys ensure no one hurt themselves out there, said Tyson. That's a promise we can't keep. We are men, so we will manage just fine, said Ben as they left for the beach. A few minutes later, the match started off fairly well. Yes, that was that's definitely what I'm talking about, son. Good job, shouted Joseph. Come on, get it, Uncle, yelled John. Rush down, Joseph. Ben did. Joseph passed the ball quickly to his son. I see you guys are teaming up against me. All right, let's do this, shouted Ben as he tackled John and steal the ball away. He went for the goal and missed. Oh, darn, expressed Ben. Don't worry, Uncle. There will be next time, teased John. Yes, Dad, that's it. Go around. Get it over there, Dad. Now is your chance, Dad. Go ahead, Dad. Don't stop, shouted John. Yeah! Go, go. That was awesome. That's what I'm talking about, John expressed. He got so excited, he ran across the beach and hugged his dad. It took Joseph by surprise. As a result, he squeezed his son affectionately. Ben looked away, allowing them to have their moment, feeling victorious. After several minutes, are you two done? Gyrating over whipping my behind? Asked Ben. Oh, laughed Joseph, while John was trying to suppress the laughter. Oh, no, Uncle. No such thing, said John. Okay then, let's get back to the game, said Ben, smiling, and pat his nephew on the shoulder. Good goal, Joseph. Good goal, he yelled to his brother-in-law. Thank you, man, answered Joseph. From there on, Ben went on to score 2 goals and got the scores even. I think my work here is done, thought Ben to himself. Both John and his dad could not stop talking about football. It was a successful effort. Meanwhile, by the spa, Kimberly had her earplugs thumping to music. CeCe Winans, of course, was one of her favorite gospel, and she considered her to be secular artist, doing what 17-year-olds do. She refused to get a massage, not wanting to be touched and poked by anyone, and I quote her. On the other hand, both Tessa and Tesson having the time of their life, enjoying being pampered. I love this. The Lord knows how badly I needed it. My shoulders have been stiff like buckram, expressed Tessa. What is that? Asked Tessa, as she was lying close by, being massaged and enjoy being pampered. It's a stiff woven fabric, easily sized with starch or glue to make it rigid, explained Tesson. Oh, okay, I got it. 40 minutes later. How come we are back before the men? Asked Tesson. Well, Mother, have you ever thought to think that maybe they're enjoying themselves much more than we thought they would? Said Kimberly. You may be right, Kim, said Tessa. Soon after, the 3 ladies' eyes were bulging from their head as they saw Joseph enter the sitting area, humming to himself, knees all bruised and toes red, followed by Ben and John in high spirits. What happened to you there? Are you all right? You're all bruised up and all, and you're humming? I have never heard you sing before, expressed the song. Joseph thought to himself, he had never felt like whistling before. In truth, this had been his first time. I am fine, darling. I am just feeling good and relaxed, even, said Joseph, and leaned in to kiss his wife on the cheek. Well, guys, we will be stopping here for today. So, as you're hearing, Ben, God be praised, is having bonding time, which is his newly found relative, his sister, and his wife and family. So, yeah, as you heard the story, you have been here for a while, yeah, and you have not yet subscribed. What are you waiting on? Come on, man, do the right thing. Yes, click the notification bell, put it on all, yes, and ensure that every time I drop a video, you will get it. And of course, continue to watch, share, and like, and be a integral part of the Simply Michelle family. And to all my returning subscribers that have been so loyal and faithful, God bless you all. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. And as I always say, Philippians 4, verse 13, I can do all things through Christ who strengtheneth me. So whatsoever you find to do it to the best of your ability. Bye-bye. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to my channel, Simply Michelle. I'm happy to have you. If you're here for the first time, I have been reading the story called The Promise, written by Moi, of course. So without itching, let's get right into it. You are all in high spirit, said Tessie. Yes, madam. You should have seen Dad on the field. He was the man, scoring goals and doing his thing. It was slamming, expressed John. No way, Dad. I can't believe it, said Kimberly. Well, believe, my lovely niece. It's for real, said Ben. No wonder he's so bruised, expressed Tesson. We had an amazing time. My son and I were able to reconnect. That's all that really matters. Now, come along, walk with me, woman. I need a warm bath to soak these bruises, said Joseph, limping to the washroom. Coming there, yelled Tesson as she followed behind her husband. Come along, Tessa. I need a wash as well, requested Ben. Tessa gave him a question look. Please, my love, he asked with puppy eyes. Only because you act so nicely. Surely you can wash your own self, said Tessa as she led the way. Ben looked back at his niece and nephew and winked at them, smiling. Oh my goodness, I love my family. On the other hand, they can be so weird, expressed Kimberly. Speak for yourself, said John. Speak the truth, John. You don't find our parents weird at times? That might be. However, that's one of the things I love most about them. They are real people, being themselves. They are not trying to be anyone else, said John. Wow, that's a cool way to look at it, my brother. Nice. I'm going for ice cream. Do you want to come with? Asked Kimberly. I don't see why not. How would the rest of the family know where we are going? Responded John. I will send Mom a text so she can tell the others, said Kimberly. Besides, we are just going downstairs to the hotel cafeteria. Okay, cool, agreed John. Oh my goodness! This cafeteria is too noisy for me, sis, said John. I know, right? I'll get you a cone. Is your favorite still Ronald Reason? She asked. Chocolate John, yes, he responded, and went to sit by the pool. The poolside was busy. However, it was less noisy. Everyone was either lounging around or paired off talking with their drink in hand. At the other end of the pool, there were children lined up to get their faces painted and their animal balloons to be made. John thought to himself, a few years back, that was me waiting in line as well to get his animal balloon that made him smile. $1 for your thoughts, said Kimberly as she handed him the ice cream cone. I was just reminiscing, sis, on the day when it was me, one standing over there for a chance to get a balloon made, expressed John. Oh yeah, good times, said Kimberly and chuckled. On that note, do you remember how we used to have loads of fun together? What happened to us? We were best friends, expressed Kimberly. I don't really know, sis. I think you just grow up and find that way more interesting. So I just stick to my VR games. As a result, we grew apart, expressed John. I think you're right. I am so sorry, John. I didn't mean to, said Kim, not able to finish her apology as her brother interrupted. No, sis, don't go there. It's all cool. No apology needed. No, it was bound to happen sooner or later. We do like different things, and truth be told, if it wasn't Dad, it would have been some guy you called a boyfriend. So thank God it's Dad, and his science lab, of course, or else I would have to get me a 2 before to set some guy straight for breaking your heart sooner or later, expressed John. Laughed Kimberly out loud. I love you too, she said, and shoved her brother with her shoulder. The next morning, one hug, throw kisses as they said their goodbyes. I love you, John. Remember, I am just a phone call away. I am also glad you and your pops are getting to spend more, bonding time together, expressed Ben, as he leaned in to hug his nephew for one last time. Thanks to you. Yes, Dad and I are much closer. Even Kimberly and I were able to work out our differences, expressed John. Thank you, Uncle. Thank you. God always have a weakness, my nephew. It's the start of a good thing. Now, listen to your mom and dad. Love you, expressed Bren. Love you too, Uncle. You guys are making me teary-eyed, said Tesson, and hugged both John and her brother Ben. Tessa and Kimberly joined in.
Come on, guys. It's not like we won't see each other again. At the rate you are all going, we're all going to miss our flight, said John. Ben moved in and fist bumped him. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate what you did for John and I. We are happy you are here in our life. Bless you, man, said Joseph, and Ben leaned in and hugged him. Tessa quickly took a pic of everyone. Soon after, they all left for the airport. 3 months later. Hello. Hey, Ashley. How are you? It has been a while. Yes, we have been back 3 months now. Barbados was a blast, expressed Tessa. So Ben has a sister. How cool. How cool is that? And that's the reason for the both of you to consider, isn't that a reason for both of you to consider relocating to Jamaica? So where in Jamaica do your sister-in-law live? Asked Ashley. Actually, she is living in Montego Bay, said Tessa. Okay, nice, Mobay. Oh, I heard you got scared 3 months ago, expressed Ashley. Oh my goodness, big mouth Greg. He can't keep his mouth to save his life. Yes, I did. However, I took care of that ever happening again, Tessa explained. What do you mean? Don't you want children? Asked Ashley questioning. Yes, of course, I want kids. I just don't want any accident, not until I'm ready. So I made sure to get on the contraceptives 3 months ago. Expressed Tessa. So what did Ben say about that? Asked Ashley. What do you mean? It's my decision to make, Ash, explained Tessa. Knowing quite well she should have indeed said something to her husband. Well, Mrs. Allen, you are a married woman now, said Ashley in her Jamaican accent. Therefore, something like that you need to discuss with your husband, love. Don't you think? Said Ashley aggressively. All right. Don't tug it. All right. Just let it be. I know you're right, okay? I know he would not agree with me. He do not believe in contraceptive, so I didn't tell him. Are you happy now? There, I said it. I said it out loud, expressed Tessa, not realizing Ben had entered the room. Oh, is that so? Ben! Exclaimed Tessa. Shit! Did he hurt you? Asked Ashley. I will talk with you later, Ash. I got to go, said Tessa and hung up the call immediately. How long have you been standing there? She asked. Long enough, answered Ben. I'm sorry, my love. I should have talked with you first. I know, said Tessa. Yet you went and made a decision like that, all by yourself, even though you knew how I felt about it, expressed Ben. I know, it sounds bad and looks even worse. Nevertheless, I didn't mean to hurt you. I got scared, so I did what I thought was best, she said. So, you went and did what was best for you, Tessa. Surely, you must see how selfish that is, yelled Ben. Yes, I do now, but you must understand I didn't intend to hurt you. Well, you did. You did, Tessa. You hurt me deeply. he said in a low whisper. Tessa reached forward to hold him, and he moved back quickly. I cannot believe we did this, Tessa. No, I need some space to think, he said as he lifted his hands in protest. I will be sleeping in the guest bedroom for the night, said Ben, and left her standing in the hallway. Tessa suddenly felt empty, as if the rug has been pulled from under her feet. She had realized how badly she has hurt her husband and best friend, and that made her felt awful. The next morning, Tessa scanned the house, only to realize Ben had already left for the hospital. How can he just left without saying goodbye? Thought Tessa. She took her phone and dialed him. Hello, Tessa. Is everything okay? Asked Ben as he answered the call. You tell me, Ben. Yes, you are angry with me, I get that. But how can you just get up and left without saying a word, without saying goodbye? She asked with pain in her voice, and that piercing in his heart once more. What kind of a man do you take me for, Tessa? Once again, you form your own opinion without giving me a benefit of a doubt. I left you a note on the counter under the teapot, he said. Her mouth fell open as she reached for the note, explaining Ben leaving early. I'm sorry, Ben. I didn't expect a note to be there, she said. The note is not the issue, said Ben firmly, and Tessa felt like an infant, knowing very well whatever Ben was about to say, but pertaining to what she had done was and will be the truth. As much as it hurt her to admit it's so. Now, it is clear to see you don't have trust in me, he continued, because if you did, you would have known I would not force you to do anything at all that would have caused you to be or feel uncomfortable. So it simply occurred to me that you don't know me as well as you thought. Neither do I know you as well as I thought, because the Tessa I know and love, who loves the Lord, will not have planned something like this behind my back. So help me understand how we have come to this junction of our lives. Or in our lives, expressed Ben. Tessa felt ashamed. He was right. She was selfish, thinking only about herself when she had made the decision on her own. As much as it pained her to admit, he was right. I need you to think about what it is that you really want, Tessa. Not what you think I want or expect of you, but what you need and expect of me out of this marriage. Because going forward, I don't intend to assume, because I thought we were happy and things were going great. But apparently I was wrong, expressed Ben with pain in his voice. I am sorry if I have disappointed you, whispered Tessa. I hear you, Tessa. However, I am not sure what to believe. We spoke about this in counseling before we got married, and I thought we had dealt with it. What is the truth, Tessa? Don't you want children? Yes, I do, she answered. Then what is the bloody matter? We are financially stable. We have so much love to give to a little Alien. So help me understand. The hesitation of us starting our family. Help me to get it because I don't, said Ben. We had only gotten married 3 months, and I want more time with you before I get pregnant. So I thought 2 years would be great to explore each other before we start having children, expressed Tessa. Okay, got that. What was so difficult for you to come to me and let us talk about it before you made the decision on your own? He asked. Because I felt you would say no. That's too long a time to wait. Well, now you will never know. Because you took that choice away from me, damn it. I have never forced you to do a thing, ever. So how do you come to that conclusion? It is all behind my knowledge. How? It's a copper. It's a copper tea. I can remove it at any time I wish, she explained. Oh, so you use the intrauterine device? You said it's 2 years you wanted to wait. However, the IUD is used to prevent pregnancy for 3 to 10 years, Tessa. Yes, Ben. Hence, it can be removed at any time. As I said before, you have it all figured out, don't you, Tessa? Said Ben, giving her a knowing look. Okay, Ben. I know you're disappointed and hurt. However, I have apologized over and over again. So please, let us not stoop to being condescending, expressed Tessa. Can I ask you something? Asked Ben. Sure, anything, responded Tessa. How would you feel if I was the one that went and got my tooth tied and you found out by walking in on a conversation between me and Sam or even Michael? How would you feel? Asked Ben. Suddenly, there was a long pause. That is what I thought. I got to go back to work and class, he said, and ended the phone call. Tessa stand with her hands folded, still thinking about Ben's question. And honestly, she thought to herself she would have been pissed, furious even, if the shoes was on the other foot. So she decided to be patient and give Ben space to calm down. Wow. Well, guys, we have come to the end of another story. Until next time. Story really is coming to bomb. So what do you think? Do you think Tessa is right to went on her own to get contraceptive, knowing very well her husband is not in favor of contraceptive? However, what do you think? You think she should have at least spoken with him, speak with him, let him know that, look, this is how I'm feeling and I want to do this, and how do you feel about it? What do you think? Do you think she could at least given him the chance to either agree or disagree or maybe understand and come to some reasonable conclusion? Let me know what you think. Or do you think Ben is being too hard on her? Let me know what you think. And I want to say welcome back. We have took a pause for a while, but now we are back fully loaded. Welcome back to The Promise. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And those who are still undecided but you have come week after weekend in the bush and you watch, thank you for your support nevertheless. And I pray that you are a couple seconds closer to becoming a member by watching the video and clicking that notification bell and subscribe So when our video and click all, so when a video is up, you will also be the first to notify. And like I always say, Philippians 4 verse 13, I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me. So whatever you find to do it to the best of your ability. Bye bye.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel, Simply Michelle, and happy to have you. I have been reading the book called The Promise, written by moi, of course. And without itching, let's get right into the story. Later in the evening, just as the sun was going down, Tessa prepared Ben's favorite meal. She washed up and found herself standing at the window, looking out into the evening sky, waiting on her husband. She tried to watch the news earlier, however, she was distracted. She found it hard to relax. Tessa went to fetch a glass of water. All of a sudden, her mouth felt dry. She swallowed uncomfortably as she noticed Ben was running late. She was worried. Ben was arriving home. Tessa could not bear the thought, so she quickly changed her thoughts to something else. She began to feel she had made a terrible, terrible mistake. I cannot handle Ben giving me the cold shoulder. Lord, forgive me. I know I have done wrong. Please help my husband to forgive me. It hurts to see him distracting himself. Show me how to make it up to him, Lord. He is a good man. The last thing I want is for him to feel taken for granted. Ring! Ring! Tessa's phone went off, disturbing her prayer. She knew better than to answer her phone, but being distracted, she decided to do so nevertheless. Hello? Hey, how are things? Asked Ashley. Girl, you know you've just disturbed my prayer. Come on, girl, Jesus is always there. You can always go back to him. Oh my God, Ash, really? Said Tessa. I have messed up, Ash. Put fun and joke aside. I have hurt him badly. What are we talking about? Ashley, focus. Tessa continued. And now I think he is avoiding me, cried Tessa. Oh, Tess, it'll all work out itself. Just give him some time to calm down. Did you apologize? Asked Ashley. Yes, I did. However, my decision has hurt him terribly, expressed Tessa. Just give him some time. And some good loving, girl. Give your husband some good loving that he can't resist, interrupted Julie in the background. And that caused Tessa to chuckle. Pay my sister no attention, Tessa. I swear she was switched at birth or something, expressed Ashley. That made Tessa laugh out loud. You guys are something else. Thanks, guys. In times like these, I wish you were here. However, things with Sam, how are they? Asked Tessa. Girl, it's not going so well. Don't get me wrong, it's not him. It's the long distance. We are missing each other, you know. Each day it becomes more unbearable, said Ashley. And as a result, it's putting a lot of strain on our relationship. This minute we're fine, and the next all hell breaks loose. Nevertheless, we are still trying to figure things out, expressed Ashley. Well, just keep on trying. I believe you both will figure it out, said Tessa. Yes, we will, and likewise, you and Ben will also, said Ashley. I do hope you're right. I do hope you're right. It feels like I am being punished, Ash. Girl, please, it will be okay. Just learn from your mistake. Ben loves you like cooked food, as we say in Jamaica. He is just hurt and feeling disappointed. That's all. Just give him some time to process it all. Encourage Ash. Thank you, Ashley. I just heard the door. Sounds like he's home. Talk to you later. And thanks again. Say bye to Jules for me. Okay, girl. Love you. Stay blessed, said Ashley and ended the call. Ben walked into the room looking exhausted, but truly handsome as usual. He was standing in front of her, holding something behind him, but she didn't notice. Good evening. Sorry for not letting you know I would have been late. My phone died, he expressed. And I think I left the charger here somewhere, he went on further, looking into her eyes, holding a bouquet of red roses, her favorite flowers. I bought these for you, said Ben. Tessa smiled at him, feeling nervous, giddy, and slightly lightheaded as her heart skipped a beat. He stared deep into her eyes. His handsome face looked mischievous and stern. She could not tell what he was thinking as he gave away nothing. Thank you, she whispered, smelling the flowers. They are lovely, she said, looking for a vase, trying to hide her nervousness. I saw them. I thought of you, expressed Ben as he washed his hands, then sat on a stool around the kitchen counter. Tessa flushed. Her cheeks turned bright red. He looked at her. His expression gave away nothing. Then suddenly he winced and held his head. She rushed to his side. Are you okay? Does your head hurt? Asked Tessa, feeling concerned. We need to talk, he said, after we get rid of your headache. She said sternly. She reached for the first aid kit. Here you go, she said, handing him the aspirin, then continued to speak. Have you eaten? I have made your favorite steamed fish with potato salad, she emphasized. He nodded no and smiled. Thank you, he said. Okay, eat something so you can take these painkillers, she suggested as she handed him the meal. Ben felt loved and cared for. It reminded him how much he really cares for his wife and longed to hold her in his arms. Her sudden response to care for him with urgency to help him get well softened his heart towards her once again. And who is he fooling? He loved and longed for her. However, he had to let her know how much she hurt him. Though it was hard to spend a night apart, it's a price he had to pay, thought Ben. Soon after the meal, Ben took the medication. He began to feel better. Tessa sat quietly waiting. I have been thinking, said Ben. He cleared his throat, then continued speaking, shifting in his seat as if it has suddenly become uncomfortable. Whatever it was that had caused you to feel like you could not trust coming to me for us to figure it out together, put it on the table now so we can fix it. Going forward, we cannot allow this to repeat itself. Tessa, we have to communicate properly in order for our marriage, for this marriage to work and be successful. No matter how hard the topic is, we must consult each other. This is a partnership as well as a relationship. Tessa, it involves a shared commitment, equal decision making, and mutual respect, while also encompassing the emotional, intimate connection between us. Only the two of us, and God, of course, no one else, he expressed. It was nothing more than she knew. However, she felt bad. Maybe it was the way he said it. Filled with emotions, she had spent most of her adult life making her own decisions. Being an only child, most people even thought she was lucky as her family afforded her to do so. Maybe that was the reason it now felt so hard to be forced or feel like I'm being forced to do something I'm not ready for quite as yet, thought Tessa. But truth be told, Ben had never forced me to do anything. I just need to get over myself, she thought. I do forgive you, Tess. However, I needed that time last night or this morning to think, just to process it all. Nevertheless, I need you to be honest with me. What is your true drawback in having children? Asked Ben, looking her straight in the eyes. I feel pressured somewhat. Yes, I want to have your children. However, I need at least 2 years to discover and explore who I am as your wife. However, now I think I began to understand and fully get it, that I needed to trust you and also God's timing. Therefore, I am at peace with the drawback method. Both of us are working together to prevent getting pregnant before we're ready, according to God's will, explained Tessa. So, let me get this right. So what made you change your mind, it seems suddenly, to do it this way instead of using contraceptive like you wanted to? Asked Ben. Fair enough, fair question. The fact that you are right, we do have a lot of love to give. And I saw how much I hurt you. I also truly see how much it means to you to become a dad. That made me feel good inside, knowing I will be the one to bring you joy. Such joy. Also, I wanted to be the woman that brings you joy in every way and happiness. In spite of how it seems, I regret hurting you ever with every bit of fiber in my body, she expressed, looking him straight in the eye, genuinely feeling contrite. Come here, he called and took her in his arms, then whispered, I know you are, I know you are. My love, I do. I love you, Tessa, and there is nothing I will not do for you. So promise you will not hide anything from me, he asked. I do promise, my love. I promise, she reassured. She could not resist, and it seemed she read his mind. She reached on her tippy toes and captured his lips with hers. He swept her up in his arms and headed for their room, where he knew her repeatedly, strengthening their union once more. After 2 hours, both Ben and his wife came up for air. Tessa dropped the robe and head for the shower. Ben lifted his head from the pillow to get a better view of her nakedness as she glides off to wash up herself. He wanted to join her, of course. However, his tired eyes did not allow him as he quickly dozed off to sleep. Soon after Tessa had finished bathing, she returned to check on Ben, who was fast asleep. She hurried to the kitchen to clean up before retiring for bed. The following morning, Tessa felt an urgent push to visit the clinic and campus to get the IUD removed. She had it as the first order of business to get it done. Even though Ben did not ask her to do so, she felt it was the right thing to do. Hi, Greg. You are here early, said Tessa. Yes, I am. I'm here early on purpose. I needed to get a few things started before class. I could ask you the same thing, said Greg. What's stopping you? Nothing have ever hindered you from doing so before. Anyways, I am here also. I'm here early as well to take care of some unfinished business, said Tessa, counting her words. So, I was talking with Patricia. It turns out she wanted more than I am able to give at this time. So we end up calling it quits. Oh my God, Greg. You guys broke up? I'm so sorry to hear. I'm really sorry to hear it did not work out for you guys. It's a shame though. She seemed to be a cool girl, said Tessa. No, it's all good. I made peace with it. It happened 2 months now, so it's fine. We didn't know each other long enough for me to truly mourn, expressed Greg. 2 months now? 2 months? So how come I'm just hearing about this? Girl, you know you were busy. You were off having fun with your newly found family in the Bahamas, so I didn't see the urgency to get you involved. Yes, but still, exclaimed Tessa. She has gone back to living with her parents. Something about feeling homesick. It's for the best anyway. We both want different things, said Greg. So what about school? Is she quitting? Asked Tessa. No. She's just taking this semester off. Yeah, and the semester is basically over. Oh, okay, said Tessa. Hey guys, yelled Michael. Hi, Mike. What's up, dude? Asked Greg. How are you, Michael? Good to see you. It has been a while, said Tessa, leaning forward to hug him. I am great. Good to see you as well, Tessa. I just felt I just left Sam and Ben upstairs. Ben was grinning from ear to ear. Whatsoever you gave him is working. He is a whole different man from yesterday. He came in walking on air, expressed Michael. Burst out with laughter. Greg and Tessa, they could not help back. Is that so? Asked Tessa with a knowing look on her face. What did you do to that man? Whispered Greg. I have to run, guys. Catch you later, said Michael and left. I know you did something, Tessa Flynn Allen. I know you better than everyone. Spill it, demanded Greg. Come on, spill the beans, woman. Tessa tried to get away from him. Leave me alone, Greg. You are so darn inquisitive. Are you a paparazzi or something? Or are you the town crier? Get your nose out of my darn business, said Tessa, walking away briskly. Tessa! Tessa! Called out Greg repeatedly, trying to lower his voice to catch up with her. Tessa Flynn Allen! Oh! Exclaimed Greg as Tessa continued to walk briskly into the building. And guys, we will stop here for today. Thank you. If you have reached us far in the video, what are you waiting for? To like up the video. And you over there, if you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting on, my friend? You will really like the story as you have been coming, and I love and appreciate you all for that. But come on, help me to help you. Let the channel grow. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, right? So yeah, subscribe, watch, subscribe, like, and share, and become a part of the Simply Michelle family. And to all our new subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the family. And to all our repeated watchers and supporters and commenters, bless you for being a part of the Simple Michelle family. God bless you richly. I love you guys. I cannot love you more. So let us continue to trot on. And for those who are in the bushes, appreciate you likewise. I do pray and trust that one day you'll just step out of that bush and continue, just not continue, but you haven't started, and just text the chat what you think about the story, who is your favorite character or characters, and let us continue to grow. And we're in the month of April, nearing to Easter. Have an excellent Easter. Of course, I'll meet you guys again before that. And I want to say I really appreciate you guys for your patience. Having, because of work and other, life happenings, I've been able to push in sometimes the videos back to back. But I do make up for it for making more shorts. Sometimes I go live and so on. So thank you again. And like I always say, Philippians 4 verse 13, I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me. So whatever you find to do today, do it to the best of your ability. Bye-bye. Welcome to my channel, Simply Michelle. And if you're here for the first time, I have been reading a story called The Promise, written by moi, of course. And to all our returning subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. And to those who have just subscribed, welcome to the Simply Michelle family. So without itching, let's get right into the story. Hey, my love. I didn't expect to see you here so early. This is a pleasant surprise, expressed Ben. I had something to deal with, hence I decided to say hello. Before class, of course. I hope I'm not interrupting you, said Tessa, as Ben leaned in to kiss her. No such thing. The others had not left here long ago. We just stepped out to get some supplies for our project we're working on. Actually, I'm glad to see you. I was just thinking about you before you walked in, said Ben, pulling her tighter in his arms, necking her. Ben, what if someone walks in? So what? You're my wife. Plus, I can't help it. You are so darn gorgeous. How did I get to be so lucky? He said, still necking and rubbing on her as she turns and giggled in his hold. I like the sound of that, muttered Tessa. Sam cleared his throat while walking into the lab. Tessa jumped as she quickly moved away from Ben like a high school girl being caught by her teacher. Hi, Sam, she barely muttered, feeling slightly conscious. She burst out in laughter. Sam leaned forward and greeted her with a hug, then looked at Ben and smiled. Later's baby, said Tessa, winking at her husband as she reached for her bag. Later's baby, mimicked Ben, blowing her a kiss, winking back at her. See you around, Sam, she said and left for her class. So, where is the... No, interrupted Sam. Not so easy. You are not going to push this aside like nothing had just happened. And Ben burst out laughing. What did I miss? Asked Michael as he entered the room. Well, Mike, you remembered this guy walking in here yesterday like the world was coming to an end, while refused to acknowledge us. And this morning, he entered basically dancing and singing on cloud nine. Well, I think I cracked the mystery. I basically just walked in and him and Tessa, our beloved sister, making out, said Sam. I knew it, exclaimed Michael. I know Tessa was the one responsible for his sudden change of bliss, explained Michael. So are you ready to tell us what you have been hiding yesterday, Ben? Asked Sam. I will just say, married life is a blessing, my friends. So hurry up and come over to the fun side, said Ben, laughing. It's all good. I should know. You don't kiss and tell. We are glad you are enjoying your marriage, my friend, expressed Sam and pat Ben on the shoulders. Amen, agreed Michael. The hospital has been busy all day. However, being stuck in traffic was annoying. Nevertheless, Ben found that after a long and hard day, he looked forward going home to his wife. That thought made him smile. That reminds me, I need to make a quick stop, thought Ben. He quickly pulled over to a nearby store 3 blocks from home. 20 minutes later, Tessa turned off the stove She reached for a glass of water, turned up the volume and the sound system that was that was given to them by her in-laws. The beautiful tunes of I Love You Lord by C.C. Winans filled the air. I need to have a bath before Ben gets home, she whispered to herself. Tessa dashed up the stairs and head straight to the shower. Few minutes later, knock knock. It's open, my love. Welcome home, she shouted. He quickly stepped out of his clothes and joined her in the shower. Oh my God, Ben! You startled me, she exclaimed. Good evening, Mrs. Allen. I trust you had an eventful day, he said, while tempted to help rinsing out her hair. I was trying to freshen up before you get home, she said. Are you hungry? She further asked. Yes, I'm hungry for you, my love, he responded. Oh, you certainly are. I got you. Before she could finish her sentence, he captured her mouth with his. A loud groan escaped his throat. Tessa responded with equal longing. 30 minutes later. Thank you. I enjoy this, babe. This baked chicken tastes different. It tastes different this time around. What did you put in it? Asked Ben. Yes, it do. Thanks to the Jamaican spices we received from the hotel while we were on our honeymoon in Jamaica, explained Tessa. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Nice. On my way, I got this for you. I do hope you like it, expressed Ben. What is it? She asked, excited, as he handed her the box. Open it, it's yours, he said. Tessa examined the neat box tied with a red bow. Oh, Ben, this is so cute. I love it. Thank you. She leaned in and kissed him. She held up the personalized socks and began counting them. 7 pairs. Thank you, babe. I know you love wearing socks on the inside instead of house shoes, so I decided to surprise you. Nevertheless, they also goes with this, he said, and stretched out the 2 tickets for her and handed to her. What are these? Tickets? To the village? I don't understand. How? It goes with the socks. She looked puzzled. Well, not the village. However, the cabin is in Ohio, so I can understand why you think we're going to the village. We have 1 more week of school, then we are off on our summer break. So I thought we could invite our friends and spend the summer at our cabin in Ohio. The cabin was renovated and gifted to us by my dad, Others. Remember? It has 5 bedrooms and 3 baths, with a large lounge and a big kitchen, even a jacuzzi. What better way than to share it with our friends this summer? Mom and Dad, along with your dad and granddad, will be spending their summer in Jamaica with their friends, expressed Ben. Well, that's not a cabin anymore. They have upgraded it to a lodge, said Tessa, smiling. Knowing my dad that believes going bigger is better, I know he would have done something like that. Yes, you're correct, said Ben, smiling. Will Tesson be there? Asked Tessa. Yes, she and her family, hence the socks goes well with the trip, explained Ben, don't you think? Yes, they sure do. Thanks again, my love. You're welcome, answered Ben. What about your research? Did you and Greg and the others completed it? He asked. Yes, we have. It was handed in today, actually. That was basically our final piece of work to be completed before we dismiss from this for this semester, explained Tessa. Great. So we can organize ourselves for our trip. I have bring everyone up to date already as it pertains to the trip. So, is there anything we're going to need for the journey? Asked Ben. Well, yes, a few things. Some of the stuff we bought a few months back for Jamaica can be used, said Tessa. Other things we can go shopping for between now and the next week. She further suggested. Okay, noted, my love, he said. So Greg was informed as well? Asked Tessa. Yes, of course. Why do you ask? Inquired Ben. Well, he and Patricia broke up and she went back to her parents for a while, informed Tessa. Michael told us they are. Sam and I, we thought to call Greg, but for some reason we didn't get around to it. However, I did not know she went back home. I thought they were doing well, said Ben. Tessa paused for a minute from wiping down the counter and looked over at Ben. Well, that's strange. I thought she would have at least informed you. Well, they were having a little misunderstanding. I guess one of the things that have caused their breakup. Nevertheless, I thought they had worked it out, but I guess they didn't, said Tessa. Misunderstanding about what? Were they arguing about something? Asked Ben. Well, according to Greg, she wanted more than he was ready to give. He wanted to wait until after university to commit to her, but she wanted a commitment right away. And I guess they were having irreconcilable differences, expressed Tessa. It's a reasonable request on both sides. Nevertheless, the two must agree for it to work. I guess they made the right decision under the circumstances, said Ben. So Patricia didn't call you? Asked Tessa. Nope, she didn't. It's an even better reason as to why he needed to get away for the summer. Who are we talking about? Come on, Tess, focus. We're talking about Greg, aren't we? Oh yes, I agree. Few minutes later, both Ben and Tessa cuddled in the coach, chatting away. Tessa loved the way he actually listened to what she had to say, especially the way he looked straight at her whenever she's speaking. She loves his honesty and humor. This is yours? This is yours. She handed him a box. He gently took out a small drawstring pink chiffon bag with something barely visible. He looked at her, questionable. Are you sure this is mine? Yes, it is. Oh, it's an IUD, he repeated, looking into her eyes. Yes, it is. I removed it this morning. He stood briskly to his feet, looking quizzical but excited. How? And why? I thought you still wanted it, or to wait a while, he asked. After I spoke with you, I made up my mind to have it removed. Plus, it is the right thing to do. I went in early to get it done.
Thank you, guys.
Also,
Thank
to
you for being
surprise you,
here. Love and appreciate each and every
it's
one of
indeed
you.
a pleasant surprise.
Bye bye for now.
However,
Later.
just know, either way, I was willing to wait until you're ready to remove it. I know, my love.
Thank you,
I
Lady
think that is
J.
why
Thank
I
you.
had it, removed. It motivates me. Thank you for being patient.
Thank you,
Said Tessa.
Classic. Sorry to hear that you're not
Then
feeling
Spencer
well.
opened his
Yeah, I'm
arms.
outside washing. I thought rain
It's
wasn't gonna
becoming
fall,
his
so I start
favorite
washing
thing to
late.
do.
All
He
right, I
spun her
appreciate you
around
guys. We
and
say
kissed
bye for
her.
now.
I love you,
Love and
he
appreciate
whispered
you all.
in her
Sister
ears.
Elsie, also
Took her
everyone,
hand
James
and
Bro,
placed it
James,
over his heart.
JB that came
You
in.
see what you
Love and
have done
appreciate
to
you
me?
guys.
My heart is
I'm gonna
beating
stop
like a
here for
drum.
today.
Just holding you close.
What I'll do another time, I'll
Gently
rerun this
sleep
episode of the
makes her
story.
They said
You
goodbye.
are too kind,
Yeah.
darling. You
Yeah,
sure
love and
know how to
appreciate you. I
melt a
love
woman's
you.
heart, said
Yes,
Tessa
the
in
only
a
Lady
shriek.
J. Bless you, bless you. Thank
I
you,
will have
sis.
you know, I have never felt this way for anyone else.
Yes, blessed
Mrs. Allen.
Saturday.
Therefore,
And all
I
in the
am
chat.
not
Bye for
and
now.
have never been in the habit of complimenting any other woman. And besides, I am serious about you turning me insane. Your scent alone and done me.
Yeah.